What's up with home prices in Utah? Or should I say, what's going down with Utah real estate home values? It's been one heck of a ride since the COVID-19 outbreak as home prices skyrocketed and now as they start to stumble back down to earth. I'm going to use the most up-to-date statistics and information to explain why home prices are sliding and how long you can expect home prices to fall. When you're done watching this video, you'll have a clear picture of where Utah's real estate market sits today and a better idea of where we're headed. That's why you subscribe to this channel, your #1 source for the most honest and accurate real estate news, analysis, and statistics. Be sure you watch to the end where I'll give some recommendations for those of you who are looking to buy or sell a home here in Utah. Now, to get better understanding of where we are today, we need to go back a few years when the craziness started. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the real estate market was humming along at a healthy pace. When the country shut down, people panicked. Some decided not to sell, and many others decided not to buy. For a short time, home sales pretty much stopped. It's important to note that we were in a severe housing shortage before the outbreak. If you had purchased a house, as I suggested in my April 9th, 2020 video, which wasn't very popular at the time, should you buy a house during the coronavirus pandemic, you could easily be sitting on more than $200,000 in equity. As more and more people started to feel trapped in their tiny apartments, condos, townhomes, or with the in-laws, the yearning to have more space increased. Then, when millions upon millions of people were forced to work from home, all at a time when the kids weren't allowed to go to school, these cramped living spaces became unbearable. When working from home became permanent, loads of people migrated to less expensive and more desirable locations like Utah. The pandemic also allowed people to save as we no longer were spending money on vacations, expensive toys, vehicles, and etc. But things got really crazy when mortgage rates dropped and then kept dropping below 3%. The microscopic interest rates gave millions the ability to afford a home for the first time, and millions more could now upsize. From the start of the pandemic in March 2020 to May 2022, home values in Utah skyrocketed a staggering 63%. In just over 2 years, a $400,000 home was now valued at approximately $650,000, an increase of $250,000, a rate that's clearly not sustainable. According to the Salt Lake Board of Realtors, Salt Lake County's median single-family homes peaked in May of 2022 at $650,000. The most recent housing numbers show that the median home price is now at $601,000, which means home prices are down 7.5% from the peak. Looking at Utah as a whole, according to UtahRealEstate.com, in May of 2022, the median sold price was $598,500 with a median price per square foot of $244. Feel free to hit the pause button if you need a little more time to look at the numbers. The most recent numbers show the median sold price is now down to $560,000 and the price per square foot is at $228. Sales continue to decline as home values have reached a point of unaffordability for too many people. Both buyers and sellers are feeling the pain as mortgage rates now sit well above 6%, more than double of what they were a year ago. Steve Perry, my friend, and the president of the Salt Lake Board of Realtors said we are selling about 400 fewer homes a month than the 10-year average. At the start of 2022, we are still having bidding wars and homes sold in just days, receiving multiple offers, often way above the asking price. In May of 2022, the peak of the market, homes were selling in 6 days on average. Today, homes are taking 23 days to go under contract, with sellers often reducing the price or offering concessions like paying the buyer's closing costs. A year ago, we had about 4,000 homes available for sale, but for the first time in a long time, inventory on UtahRealEstate.com has surpassed 10,000 homes. Does this mean the Utah housing market is headed for a crash? The honest answer is no. The Utah housing market is not going to crash, but we are clearly experiencing a correction, and real estate is finally starting to equalize. Check out this recent article by the Desert News where they talk about the real estate correction. With another 3/4 hike to its benchmark interest rate, amid the Federal Reserve's fight with inflation, the Fed's chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. housing market will likely go through a difficult correction before achieving better balance. He went on to say that for the long term, what we need is supply and demand to get better aligned so that housing prices go up at a reasonable level, at a reasonable pace, and that people can afford houses again. So we probably, in the housing market, have to go through a correction to get back to that place. I read a story a few months ago that convinced me that the Fed would continue rate increases to force a housing price correction. This article validates my feelings, reporting Powell's language gave more insight to what Powell meant in June when he said the housing market needed a reset. A recent Fortune article takes a deeper look into what Powell's up to, saying the Fed's shift in word choice from June's housing needs a reset to today's housing reset actually means a correction, indicates they are quite fine with home prices falling, home sales cooling off, and construction pulling back significantly to achieve their mission. This chart from Mortgage News Daily shows what rates have done in the last year. Looking to the bottom left, you can see that rates were around 3% depending on what type of loan you were qualified for. Moving to the top right, you can see that rates have jumped above 6%, with 30-year fixed conventional rates inching closer to 7%. It's shocking how quickly things have changed. So what does the US housing slump mean for Utah? The Desert News reported higher interest rates are likely here to stay for the next year or even longer, and we're likely only seeing the beginning of its impact on home prices. They do clarify that how dramatic the impact is depends on the regional market. The Salt Lake Realtor magazine September issue reported Utah ranked number 2 in the percentage of change of new housing units from 2010 to 2020, up 16.6% for a total of 158,000 units. During the same period, the population growth was up 18.6%. So what can we expect in Utah, where we still have a severe housing shortage, while the state's population continues to grow rapidly, and where we also boast one of the nation's strongest economies as the market continues to stabilize? Dion Eskick of the University of Utah's Ken C. Gardner Institute and one of Utah's leading housing market experts said it was welcome news in a housing market that has been battering home buyers for over 2 years. Considering the current state of Utah, Eskick doesn't foresee a dramatic drop in home prices that would equal a crash. He pointed out that the only reason home prices are coming down is because interest rates. I know this is a lot to take in. Unfortunately, even if there is a drastic drop in home prices, increasing mortgage rates will keep homes unaffordable in Utah. And I doubt home prices will come down enough to make homes affordable to the masses. Maybe ever. If rates drop significantly, homes will start to sell again, and home prices will start to trend upwards, as we still have a lot of pent-up demand. So as promised, here's my recommendations for those of you looking to buy or sell a home in Utah. If you're looking to buy, hire an experienced real estate agent to help you quickly put the right home under contract when you find one. A good agent will ensure you get the best price and any possible concessions the sellers are willing to give. I also recommend that you get pre-approved with a lender right now. Yes, mortgage rates are expected to continue increasing, but should rates dip, you'll want to be ready to jump on something immediately. Your agent can guide you through the process of submitting multiple offers to ensure you get a great home. If you think you can get a better deal without a realtor, or that you can do it on your own, I recommend that you watch Why You Should Hire a Real Estate Agent When Buying a Home. If you're looking to sell your home here in Utah, more than ever, I recommend that you hire an experienced real estate agent to help you maximize the profits from the sale of your home by pricing it in the sweet spot. When you're in a declining market, the biggest mistake most people make is to overprice their home. And if you're willing to consider creative options, I've been able to sell homes well above market value and help people quickly get into a new home. Feel free to reach out to me for a free, no pressure consultation. And if you're currently paying rent, you should know that rent is expected to continue increasing in Utah for years to come. When you buy a house, your payment will pretty much stay the same for 30 years. And then once you've paid your home off, no more monthly mortgage payment. There are loads of advantages to home ownership, and I strongly recommend that you watch Buy versus Rent. I'm gonna put a link to that video below as well. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I always do my best to respond to each one of you. If you have a friend or a family member looking to buy or sell a home in Utah, you can easily text this video to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.